So I think this wall is pretty much dry. So I am going to get some drop cloths, get my paint rollers all set up, and I'm gonna go ahead and paint this wall. Day one was good. The alarm went off at 6 a.m. I think I was able to get out of bed by 6:20. Went and did my 20 minutes of fasted cardio on the stationary bike. Did some foam rolling, did some stretching, and did some check-in pictures and weighed myself. The check-in pictures are like a lot better than I was expecting. I'm somewhere around 201 pounds. I tried using some body fat calipers after I took the check-in pictures. These are very tricky because I have zero fat in my legs. I know it kind of looks like they're fat, but they're actually just super inflamed from leg day a couple days ago. And I have zero fat on my arms. I hold fat, and I have like almost no fat. I mean, I have some fat on my chest, but when you use the calipers, it's almost none. So most of my body fat is in my my stomach and lower back, like most guys. And so when I use the calipers, it's like 0% fat there, and then like 25% fat somewhere else. So I'm guesstimating that I'm somewhere around 12% body fat. I'm not displeased with where I'm at. We're just gonna get better. So this is a good starting point. Training this afternoon was calves and chest. Really like training lately. I've been a lot more conscientious of training. The number one thing that I'm trying to do is I'm trying to control the weight on the way down and when I'm at the bottom and the top. The concentric portion I'm trying to make really fast, but I'm trying to control the weight, and I'm trying to control the change of directions of the weight. In my mind, this is gonna make it so I don't get injured, but it's also going to make it so that it's gonna make it so that I keep as much tension in the muscle as possible. Calf training was great. I did a giant set, which I try to do giant sets or supersets for calf training as much as possible, and I recommend that you do the same. Your calf, I'll put up a little diagram here. Your calf is made up of 3 muscles on the back of the leg, but also the tibialis muscle on the front of the leg. So it's a lot like your bicep and tricep in your arm. And we all love training supersets for our arms. So why not do it for our calves? So I try to do a giant set of like a straight knee calf raise to target the gastrocnemius as much as possible, because that is activated when you're doing ankle plantar flexion, so like pushing your toes away from your leg. And then I move on to a seated calf raise where your knee is bent. And this is going to target your soleus. Your soleus also is activated when you are doing ankle plantar flexion, which is pushing your foot away from like your shin or knee, but with a bent knee. And then I like to move over and do a tibialis exercise. So I'm training the front of my lower leg, the shin area. This is really gonna, the tibialis is really, really helpful, man. It beefs up your leg. It's an illusion, right? Your gastrocnemius, the big muscle on the back of your calf that you see, might not get any bigger per se from training your tibialis, but the visual illusion is so much better. So after we did the calf training, I moved on to chest, and I did a chest warm up. And if you want to see like some advice for how to warm up your shoulders and your chest, here, click this card here. And after I did that, I moved into my chest workout. I did like generally one kind of all out set with the heaviest working weight that I could move. And then I would do kind of a back off set. So the first exercise I did a superset of hammer strength machines, right? I did like an incline hammersmith, a hammer strength machine, and then I followed that up with more of a flat hammer strength machine. These two machines are very humbling. I think I'm doing 100 pounds per side on the incline and like 75 pounds per side on the flat. And I'm sure that the arms weigh a little something, but like you feel like you should be able to do more. But if you're actually controlling the weight, you don't do more. And then I moved on to just flat bench press. Part of what I don't like about my chest at the moment is I feel like my lower chest is very underdeveloped because I've spent years trying to develop an upper chest and shelf. So I decided to put in just some bench press all by its lonesome. I wanted to do one set because I don't want to hurt my shoulders. This bench press is how I hurt my shoulders before. So I'm doing one all-out set, and the idea here is that I want to get between 15 and 20 reps. So I'm going to get as many reps as I can with the top weight, and then I'm going to strip 10%, and then I'm going to strip 10%, right? And I'm just going to do a very controlled drop set. So I did 225 to start, and then I stripped it down to 200, and then I stripped it down to 185, I think. So I think I got like 5 or 6 reps every single set. So the idea was heavy weight, but lots of reps. And I think I achieved that. I haven't benched in a long time, so I'm hoping to improve on this in the future. After bench press, I moved over and I wanted to do some slight incline work so that I can target my mid chest and my upper chest at the same time. I did a dumbbell press supersetted with a dumbbell fly. You can see here that a good way to get a slight incline, if you have a bench that has a slight incline setting, set it and forget it. You know what I mean? But if you don't, shove some 45s or some 25s underneath the feet of the bench up near your head to give it a little bit of a slight incline. And then for this bench, I was able to kind of set the head up like another inch or two. So it's a very slight incline. Felt great. I could feel it in my upper chest. I could feel it in my middle chest. The name of the game here was to control the weight, and I think I did that really, really well. We did a top set, and then I did a back off set. The back off set that I'm not showing you, I really wanted like 20 reps per set, so I did rest pause. A great way to get reps with a heavy weight, right? Finally, I moved over and I wanted to do some cable flies. You're watching me do some cable flies here, and you can see that maybe it looks messy, but what I'm doing is I'm contracting at 3 different positions, right? The first position is I'm bringing my arms up kind of together high, and then I'm mid and then low, and then the next rep is mid and then high, and I'm just alternating this for as many reps as I can. I think set 1, I only got like 10 or 12 reps, I don't remember. I used a relatively heavy weight there. And then the second set, I went for closer to 20 reps. Really good, solid chest workout. I'm already sore. Like it's like 3 hours later, I'm already sore. So really good, really good. I came home and finished some video editing for yesterday's video. And then I started working on my bathroom. I have a half bath here on my first floor. I never really liked it. Here, I'll put up a picture of it. It's covered in wallpaper. It was always kind of janky, but like, I'm not fucking with it if I don't have to do, you know? So, unfortunately, 6 years after buying the house, our pipes started leaking. In the ceiling above the toilet and then all down the wall behind the toilet. The copper piping just kaput, right? So I had to call the plumbers, and the plumbers had to come. I mean, I tried to fix it myself by putting a coupling in a few places, but the copper was so old and thin that tightening the coupling down, all it did was crack the copper and cause an even bigger problem that I already had, right? I went from pinprick holes that were leaking all over the place to a whole bunch of like thumb-sized holes. But anyways, the plumbers, essentially, we just had them rip out all the copper in our entire house. I have like 75 pounds of copper in my basement that I need to go sell. And they replaced it with PVC. So here, I'll turn the lights on here. So this is my bathroom now. Fixed the ceiling, fixed the walls, and I've repainted. New light fixtures already. Let me turn that one on. This wall right here is my problem. When I pulled the wallpaper off the wall, we discovered there was a window in this wall, and the previous owners filled it in, but they filled it in really badly, and it juts out at you. It's very three-dimensional. So I'm on round 3 of trying to spackle and taper around it to try to get it down. We'll see what the paint job looks like tomorrow. If the paint job didn't, if my round 3 of spackling didn't fix the problem, I'll do round 4. After round 4, we're just going to hang artwork, and there's going to be a shitty wall, and it's going to be part of the character of the house. So that was my first day of prep. I don't think I'm going to be doing any filming on day 2. Day 2 is going to be back day. So lots of rows. I'm doing a lot of like pullovers or rope pull downs and to try to flare my lats. And then obviously I will be spackling the shit out of this bathroom and whatnot. But I'm hoping day 2 is just as successful as day 1. It'll also begin at 6 in the morning, cardio, foam rolling, progress pictures. If you want to follow along with me with the progress, I'm going to be posting daily progress pictures on Instagram. Whenever I do a video on YouTube, I'll post that day's progress pictures. But I'm not doing it daily. That's like, this video editing is too much daily. So if you like what you're seeing, go ahead, give me a thumbs up, man. Give me a comment. How do you like to train calves? Do you like giant sets and supersets? I would love to know your thoughts there. Everybody seems to have a different idea of how to train calves. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next video. Super glad that you're along for the journey for me to get shredded this fall. Cheers.